Oh, hey, look, it's Twisted Fate. Right off the bat, I'll tell you one thing. Masteries 2190. Runes, attack speed red, armor yellow, attack speed blue, and armor pink quince. Got that. Now, like my opponent is Mordekaiser in the jungle. That's already spelling lots of failure, and I was hoping to have a more serious opponent. Hopefully not Skarner, because he just destroyed Twisted Fate. Now, the enemy team is going to try to do something in this jungle. I'm pretty sure they were going to try to ward, which is why I told my team to stand over here and help defend. Like, yeah, runes, a ward at red would stop most junglers now. Well, it always has, but now, you can't risk just getting killed in your jungle. If the jungler dies just one time, it pretty much cripples him throughout the game. Even if he traded his life for the enemy, he's probably going to be set back. Anyways, since they're already here, I asked them for a leash at Wraiths instead of starting off at blue. They clairvoyance me, meaning a level 2 gank is not possible, but I'm going to try one anyways. Graves is one of the best leashers for Wraiths. Just, one Q, they're all damaged pretty substantially, and it just makes cleaning up the rest easier. They also give me a leash on red once it spawns, and I go about my day. I'll get red and try to gank bottom. However, though, my suspicions are correct. They, because they clairvoyance me at Wraiths, they know I'm going to go for a level 2 gank, so they warded. It's going to become very obvious when you see Blitzcrank's movements. As you see that I get close, Blitzcrank starts, moving back. And of course, his Q fails. So, I pick up my small golems, and I'm level 2. Not quite level 3 yet, which is pretty sad. And I'm going to head home. Now I'm going to go get my blue golem, since even if it's Mordekaiser, any jungler worth their salt will know that I don't have it because I just tried to gank, and it'll take me a while to actually get there. Fortunately he didn't try to steal it. He would have succeeded, or he would have ambushed and killed me, given how fast Mordekaiser in the jungle is. So I get the wolves, and here comes my first gank on Taric. If there's one thing Twisted Fate is good at, it's ganking. And coming from the jungle, that's no different. Being ranged and having a ranged stun is perhaps one of the most awesome things for any jungler to ever wish to have. However, you can name like 0 that have a ranged stun, and ranged targeted stun. Amumu has a skill shot, but it is a skill shot after all. Now, I hang out in the bushes waiting for Taric to get a little too close, and I thought he'd stay there, but no, I have to burn Flash. However, the combined damage from me and Gangplank is enough to kill him. And the blue card too, blue card's powerful. Though, of course, I didn't mean to pick it out. In any case, that's the first gank from Twisted Fate. Bottom got first blood first, so I missed out on that. My teammate asked me to take care of middle. She needs to back up. And this is Heimer. Heimer just rolls Twisted Fate, even with blue. And since I'm on attack damage, I don't really have the power to push back the lane. So I'm just trying to, get as much gold as I can without getting myself exposed and murdered by Heimerdinger. Though I do miss a lot of last hits, and that kind of makes me sad. Afterwards, I continue on with the jungle, and if you notice, I'm almost level 6. That's going to open a whole new level of ganking for Twisted Fate. My red has come up, so I go up and get the red. And my ultimate is up. I'm pretty sure Taric has wards now. I don't know if he had wards before, but walking up there is no longer a smart idea. And I know my ultimate range is close enough, but I want to, just in case he flashes or whatever burns anything, I want to have more space between me and where I can land. So quickly pop in there. Gold card landed. He stuns me, which he probably should have stunned GP, even though he had a he had the oranges. However, if Gangplank used those oranges, he may not have had the mana to use his ultimate. Me, like, I'd probably have stunned him again, but the Gangplank ultimate's probably what got him killed. Now, my bottom lane pushed out, like, without a ward in the river, and therefore Mordekaiser was, able to sneak up to them after they had pushed and killed. No, I don't think they killed anyway. After they had pushed so far, so it's Mordekaiser has awful ganking potential, but he has great ganking potential versus bad play. He simply cherry picked them. He didn't really gank them as much as just stole them. So I loop around to do a loop gank on Heimerdinger, and it's just easy, especially with a range stun. He gets pelted, and even though he tries to flash, it's a little too late as my Cardo is already thrown and zigzag to kill him. Now this is a good thing to notice. I know he didn't have any wards in this general area, so I went around it and attacked him from behind, so he'd be forced to run in two different directions or what have you. Even if he tried to run to his turret, I'd be able to catch him with the stun or more attacks, so it'd be applying more pressure. And here's a mistake we make. I go off to fight the Mordekaiser, to chase the Mordekaiser, but I forget that it's Mordekaiser. Sure, he's a stupid jungle choice, but he's still Mordekaiser. Fortunately, I managed to trade my life for him, so I keep him down, even though I just came down. But it wasn't a worth the trade. I mean, I've already been ganking, and I think I gave a bounty. Now, they're chasing my teammate Ahri through the jungle, and my ultimate just came up. And so, I just teleport in and clean up. However, we almost botched this. I don't know if it's the lack of mana that Ahri had, or the fact that we ignored that Heimerdinger had his turrets and I didn't smite them. But, fortunately we killed them before any of us drop. So, that's another 2 kills. I really enjoy Twisted Fate in the jungle. Like, this is actually my second Twisted Fate game. But just that whole range stun thing for junglers like Pantheon and Twisted Fate, it just feels so good when it comes to ganking. However, that's not ignoring the fact that he's pretty unsustained and he is pretty, weak due to his base stats being bad. I go to gank Blitzcrank and I probably didn't need to be there. They would have killed him by themselves, but it's not bad getting some gold assist now, is it? And with me being at the bottom, that means we get an easy dragon, meaning even more gold for us. I lay a ward in that bush right there, just in case the mid laner Heimerdinger comes and tries to harass us, so I can position myself better and not get myself pelted with missiles while I'm tanking the dragon. I get my red, and I'm gonna get my rates, and I'm probably just gonna go home and restore some of my mana. Now, I'm not too familiar with Twisted Fate builds, so I'm going to build Sheen, and I buy a health potion and mana potion because I find myself running out of mana. And this is a very bad mistake. Like, I saw Mordekaiser in, with my ultimate, and for some reason I decided to go in there anyways. And that wasn't the only mistake I did. I mean, this mistake cost me my life and Gangplank's life, but if you saw, I could have stunned Taric and run down through the bushes and probably avoided death. But I decided to run up the river to my golem, and I was obviously stunned by Taric and then murdered by Mordekaiser. That was 2 really, really bad mistakes on my part, and it cost me my blue. Well, it's too bad that this isn't. If I hadn't gotten kills early on, this would have been catastrophic. Once more, I go for the Heimerdinger, Captivate, and the gold card mess him up, and of course the ranged damage from Twisted Fate is enough to take him out. Taric decides to teleport in, and as you can see, I'm pretty inexperienced as Twisted Fate. I didn't get a gold card right off the bat, and I had to channel a whole set through to get it. But it's still enough combined damage of me and Lucky and Sona coming in at the right time to stun him, and Ahri finishing him off. Now, a little bit about the new. Oh yeah, Mordekaiser face checks a bush and dies for it. Now, about the new jungle, a lot of people are saying, oh, a lot of new characters can jungle. Yeah, like Twisted Fate, he can manage and not suck and die really quickly. But it's just an illusion created by the new jungle. Somewhat like, while there may be more champions that can handle it, almost none of them are viable choices. Viable does not mean the same as usable. Keep that in mind. Oh, watch this. They're chasing Graves through, our lane. I don't know, he uses that smoke pump pretty poorly. And I'm out of range, so I use the ultimate and try to get as close as possible. And they are barely at the edge of my teleportation range. I teleport in, and we clean up. And, we go for 1 for 4 and an impressive sweep. This is going to allow us to not only take control of their blue golem and push bottom tower, but get the dragon that's about to spawn too. So Graves' sacrifice was, an incredible gain for us. As I was saying, right now the disparity between the god junglers and higher level junglers, like Skarner and Udyr and Lee Sin, is so disgusting over the weaker junglers, like Twisted Fate, Alistar, and crap, that they're just like, you can't pick them unless those other junglers are banned. God tier and tier 1 junglers have to be banned in order before you actually make a decision on any other crazier junglers, or your team comp has to be very has to accommodate them very well. Like if you've played any ranked games as of late, the most common bans are pretty much all junglers. You ban Rammus, you ban Shaco, you ban Udyr, Skarner, and Lee Sin. Like those are like the top bans. Sure, there's the Kassadin ban and the Morgana ban, or Kennen now, or even Vayne. But if you don't ban like Skarner and they get him, it's downhill from there for the jungler. God forbid you play someone like Pantheon, flavor of the month. Anyways, right now we're just starting to push. Some of my teammates just got themselves killed, so it's probably a suicidal thing. But we've got escapes and we got a lot, pretty good poke. Mordekaiser got himself, beat down. Combination of Twisted Fate and Ahri, and Blitzcrank gets a little too close and gets captivated. And the gold card shot in the face with Parlay. He's just easy kill. He's not even worth enough gold anyways. He's been doing poorly this entire game. So this tower is basically ours. And that's a phone ringing. I don't know if you can hear it. That's a phone. Anyways, the game is basically over, as you can see. The enemy is behind a lot, and they don't really have any transition to the late game as we do. Our late game is stronger, and we're already kind of ahead, almost there anyways. Now this is one of the worst engagements we have, despite our advantage. First off, I screw my red card for some, probably bad clicking, and my team explodes nearly instantly, and I run for my life. And we're gonna lose towers for that reason. I have no idea how or why that went really badly, because I wasn't looking at the fight, and I burned my gold card very poorly. And I teleport in, but they stick together. I was hoping that the Taric will lean off, so I just teleport nearby, hopefully out of the way from the stuns. And Heimerdinger's turrets almost eviscerate me. However, Ahri and Sona catch Heimerdinger and Caitlyn and pick up 2 kills, so it was not all in vain. Now this gives us the potential to push back, and I'm just trying to live steal off these minions because I took a lot of damage from Heimerdinger. I'm gonna lay a ward over the wall so I can position myself and not get blasted by Mordekaiser or whoever's at top. I can poke at the tower and back off. Now once more, Blitzcrank's gonna get a little too close and is gonna get captivated. Of course he misses his Q, gets captivated, and then gold card, or not, I forgot. Nah, we're just out of time. Taric gets close and we poke at him. We can't poke against a Heimerdinger, so we just back off. I'm gonna steal blue from them. Easy blue. And then I'm gonna get the the dragon for my team. Meanwhile, Gangplank is pushing bottom and avoiding death. We catch Taric in his jungle, and I steal the red, and we pick him off. So now, you know, they got some dead teammates, and we're able to steal this inhibitor. Mordekaiser gets too close, and obviously stun locked and murdered. Of course, though, he still gets a good wave burst on our teammate. And Heimerdinger gets close to try to use his rockets and gets captivated and stunned and killed. Now it's Caitlyn's turn. You know, gold card stun, throw a bunch of other gambit cards at him. Now I draw a blue card and fail to get kill on Taric. If I had drawn a red card or a gold card, he probably would have been dead. And I survive with 1 HP after these minion hits. And holy crap. So, munching on my own teeth right now, because that's what you gotta do. None of this time, it never occurred to us that, you know, we could probably just get Baron and win this. I built Sword of the Divine for some reason. I'm just used to seeing that on, you know, Twisted Fates that build AD, some sort of attack damage, attack speed thing. We're pushing the lanes. Bottom is going to be the next one to fall, I believe. No, wait, no. We're going to wipe them out right here. Caitlyn gets a little too close and gets, you know, basically murdered. Activate Sword of the Divine and start butchering Mordekaiser. Barely managed to kill him before, well, not me, Ari does. Heimerdinger barely, you know, got killed. Taric is hanging about, and Taric killing, you know, GP, because he's not as fabulous as him. And now we pretty much win the game. I do the customary thing of teleporting to the enemy turret and dying, because that's what Twisted Fate does.
Executed.